Hey peeps, what's going on everybody? It's Am from CancerMoonsTarot and welcome to your daily reading. Now I know it's not live unfortunately, my internet is just not having the capacity to live stream today. It'll have the capacity to upload this video but not for live streaming purposes, so I gotta go ahead and fix that. Sometimes my internet tends to bug out and go crazy, so I gotta work on that. Hopefully we'll be all set for tomorrow and moving forward, but either way I figured we can go ahead. It's a little bit late now, so I'm probably gonna do like a little elemental thing. We'll do water, fire, air, earth, do a quick little elemental read. At least it's something, you know, rather than leaving you guys high and dry. So without a further ado, let's go ahead and begin. We're going to start out here with the water signs and see what information we can pull here. So what messages do we got coming up here for water signs? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Moving on into the next 24 hours. What information do we got coming up here, please, for the water signs? Messages for water signs. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 24 hours. Let's go ahead and get ourselves one more shuffle, and we'll begin. We'll see what we got going on. Overall energy for you guys is going to be the Judgment card. So you could be connecting potentially with a fellow Scorpio for a few of you. Having a look here at your current energy, we got the King of Cups in reversed. Looking at what it is you're dealing with, we do have the Seven of Swords in reverse. And then looking at the outcome for you guys, we have here the Queen of Wands in the reverse position. So for water signs in their next 24 hours, Judgment card here all the way to the King of Cups in the reversed. What it's feeling like to me for you guys is that you're in this position right now where you're giving a chance here to something, but at the same time, how much of a chance are you really giving to someone or something if you're not really emotionally invested in it, right? So it does feel to me like maybe you're telling somebody that you'll give it a second chance, whether we're talking romantically, whether we're talking about something that has to do with work, or even going after some sort of goal again. You know, you're saying, okay, yeah, I'll give it another chance, but I don't really feel like emotionally you're in it, you know? Having a look at what it is you're dealing with the Seven of Swords in reversed. So it essentially feels to me right now that you're in a position to where you don't feel emotionally involved in something, and part of you here knows that that's not what's getting you to that place of success, water sign. It's like, I know that not being emotionally involved is not going to get me from point A to point B, but I'm at that point right now where I don't feel like I can be. I just don't feel here like I can be emotionally involved. I mean, looking at the outcome that's present, Queen of Wands in the reverse, it's not only showing up just as an energy of detachment, but it's an energy of being demotivated and feeling a huge lack of passion. So what I feel for you guys in the next 24 hours is that granted you might be trying to give something a second go round or give something a chance in general, you're not really all that into it. And the more that you try to give something a chance to that you're not really into, the more resistance many of you guys are going to end up finding on your doorstep. So my best advice for water signs dealing with this situation is that if you're not in something, if you're not connected to it, if you're not digging it, if there's no vibration there, don't try to pursue it, don't try to give it a chance, because you're only going to find yourself in a position of wasted time that maybe you won't be so happy that you've wasted in the near future. For example, if somebody here wants a chance to go on a date with you, somebody here wants a chance to connect with you emotionally and have some sort of romantic relationship, but you don't feel the same, don't pursue that. You know, leave it be. Be honest, put your feelings out there that you're not interested or that this is not what you're feeling currently, and keep it popping and do your thing. For others of you that are feeling like, oh, maybe this is simple, like somebody wants to ask you to hang out, but you're currently not interested, but you may be coming from a position where you don't want to let somebody else feel bad or make somebody feel some type of way. So it's like that energy of saying yes out of worrying about hurting another person's feelings. Cancerians, I'm specifically speaking to you, because coming from a Cancer sun myself, I've been in energies where people have asked me to do things or invited me somewhere, and even if I didn't want to go, I would just say yes, because I didn't want to disappoint the other person. You know, Seven of Swords in reversed here, it's that fear of disappointing others. Make sure, I would say, water signs, don't be in that energy where you're pleasing other people, even if you don't want to see somebody else get hurt or be upset. At the end of the day, you got to stand by what your true feelings are. So I will say for you guys, for your next 24 hours, water signs, if there's something that you're just not into, don't say yes for the heck of it. Don't say yes to please anybody else. Be honest and upfront about what your true feelings are so that you can avoid being involved in something that you're not all that feeling, okay? All right, water signs, much love to you, baby. Of course, take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. I mean, it is an elemental reading. It is going to be a lot more general than if I was going sign by sign, but unfortunately, I don't have time for that at this point, considering that I spent so much time worrying about the internet today. So thank you guys nonetheless for tuning in. I appreciate it. And if the message helps, cool. Glad to help out, okay? All right, guys, hopping on into the fire signs now. Let's have a look here and see what's up. What do we got going on here for the fire signs? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What information do we got coming up here, please, for the fire signs? Messages for Team Fire. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, my fire signs, we're going to go ahead and gather up one last shuffle, and we'll begin. We'll see what we got going on. Fire signs, overall energy for you is going to be the Hierophant. So you could be connecting with a Taurus for a few of you. Taking a look here at your current energy, we do got the Queen of Wands in reversed. Looking at what it is you're dealing with, we got the Eight of Cups in reverse. And then lastly, for the fire signs, we do have here the Ten of Swords. So with the outcome present, we got the Ten of Swords. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Well, Hierophant card here all the way to the Queen of Wands in reversed. You are definitely committed to something here. I do feel like it is something, though, that isn't much of an interest. I will say that for sure. I think that with the Queen of Wands showing up in the reverse, it's not only about a card that's representing a lack of interest, but there's also this lack of power that you're feeling here, guys, moving into your next 24. You feel a lack of power in a certain situation, so why is it that you are committed to something if you don't feel like you have much of a say in it, right? I think that seems to be the realization a lot of you guys are getting. I mean, taking a look at what it is you're dealing with the Eight of Cups reversed. I'm also hearing with the Eight of Cups reversed, it's like, why is this happening again? So this might be a repetitive cycle coming up for you, or it could be a repetitive theme coming up with whomever this is you're dealing with, because the Hierophant can be marriage. This could be your husband, your wife. This could be your career maybe that you're married to. This could be somebody that you're committed to or that you feel a sense of obligation to. So whether it's a romantic partner, friend, family member, lover, your career, you're really heavily invested into something, but you're heavily invested into something, fire sign, that you feel like you have no say in at all. It's like, I feel like my energy is not really involved in this. I feel like I'm not valued. I feel like I'm not respected or heard. So I definitely get this feeling here of you being involved in something, definitely being very committed to someone or something, but not feeling like you have much power in it at all. And it does seem to be a pretty common theme here. I mean, looking at the outcome that's present, you got here the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is that card that says, okay, I think it's time right now to nip this situation in the butt, because more and more each and every single day, I'm recognizing that this situation isn't worth it. For example, let's say you're dealing with a romantic partner. Maybe you do everything you can for them. You show them that you love them, you show them that you care for them, you validate them, but when it comes towards you wanting your feelings validated, this person doesn't show up. When it comes towards your needs needing to be taken care of, taken care of, thank you, not Karen. Maybe you're connecting with a Karen, I don't know. But when it comes towards like your needs being taken care of, where are they? Somebody here is not showing up for you in the way that you show up for them. And I think that it's a theme that's starting to repeat for you, whether it's repeating with this specific person or it's happened to you in your past. And it's something that you're not going to continue to stand for here, fire sign. I think that you're really, really over it and you're tired of feeling powerless in something where your voice should matter. So with the Ten of Swords showing up for the outcome here, I think that many of you guys are strongly considering it's time to part ways with this type of energy because it's not serving me and I deserve so much better. I deserve the equal give and take type of mentality, and if people aren't going to provide that to me, it is what it is. All right, fire signs, we're going to keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we have done our water, we have done our fire. Now jumping on into the air signs. Let's go ahead and see what's up, baby. What do we got going on for the air sign? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What do we got going on here, please? For the air signs, I wanted to say the zodiac of air, but that's not how that goes. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, all air elements, we're going to grab ourselves one last and final shuffle, and we'll see what's up, baby. Hopefully all is well with you, man. What do we got going on? Let's go ahead and have a look. All right. Air sign, overall energy for you is going to be the Chariot. So you could be connecting with a Cancerian for a few of you. Having a look here at your current energy, we do got the Queen of Swords. Looking at what it is you're dealing with, we have here the High Priestess. And then lastly, for my air peeps, we do have here the Death in the reverse. So for the air signs, moving on into your next 24 hours, Chariot Chariot upright here to the Queen of Swords. There is a little bit of a disconnect right now, I feel, with the current path you guys are sitting upon. And I think that you're getting to a position where you're starting to be very open and honest with yourselves about the path that you're currently standing on. When you see the Queen of Swords, she's one of the most truthful characters in the entire tarot deck. She is that person who will be as honest as she needs to be And at the end of the day, whether or not that affects another person, that's the it is what it is type of mentality. So the Queen of Swords is incredibly honest, even if it has to be brutal. So I feel like you're analyzing your path here, air signs, moving into your next 24 hours. And with the analyzation that you're having, you're recognizing that there are some kinks or some flaws that need to be worked out. Having a look at what it is you're dealing with the High Priestess. Now, the thing that I love a lot about the High Priestess is that the High Priestess is very knowledgeable. It's a person who's very connected to their intuition, but it's a person who bears a lot of information, and a lot of information that is kept to themselves. So there's a lot of things that I feel like you're starting to realize that your ego or your mind has kind of skipped over. It's almost like this realization of like, damn, there's been a lot of red flags about the path I'm on that I've ignored, and now I'm starting to become incredibly aware to these red flags. So as you're having moments where you're being more and more brutally honest with yourself, you're starting to be aware of more and more of the red flags that you might have previously missed over as those red flags are coming to life. So you're seeing all these red flags here that maybe you guys have moved over. Maybe on an intuitive level, on a spiritual level, you've always seen them, but on a regular level, it was pretty hard to pay attention to. So looking at the outcome that's present, Death card in reverse, it doesn't mean that you're entirely getting ready here to jump ship from the path that you're on, but you're starting to become more honest about the path that you guys are currently on and how it's going and what the downsides are and what the flaws are and what needs to be worked on going forward. So for example, this could be talking about a path in your relationship life, your relationship path. Maybe you and your partner here have always had this mentality that everything's great and fine, but maybe there are some things that you've kind of looked over and looked past, and now you're starting to see the things that you've looked past and maybe some of the red flags you didn't pay attention to earlier, and you're like, well, to be brutally honest, these are some things that I feel like we need to work on as a couple. So you could be having that realization and then having that conversation. If it's not about love and if it's not about romance, it could be about your career. Sure, there's a lot of great things right now that's been going on in my career, but I feel like I've looked past the amount of hours I've worked and the amount of things that I've missed out on and the amount of time that I've been dedicating to this when I could have been dedicating it to other things, So you're just kind of realizing what you've missed, what you haven't seen before. It starts to come right to you. And those are things that you're acknowledging that need a little bit of work and that need to be worked on. And it's not like you're walking away from your path here. Death card in the reverse showing up for the outcome doesn't mean that you're leaving the path you're on, but as you're becoming aware of these red flags or these things that aren't super positive that you may have missed, as you become aware of it, you recognize, all right, there's room for improvement. Couple things right now, this path need a little bit of work, and you're getting ready here, to commit and to work on these things. All right, air signs, of course, do take it how it resonates. It's an elemental read, so super general over there, but if it helps you out, more than happy to help you. Okay, all right, guys. So we did our water, we did our fire, and our air elements. Going on to the last element of the day, we're gonna check out the earth signs. Okay, so what do we got going on, baby? What's coming up here for earth signs? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 24 hours. What information do we got showing up here, please, for the earth signs? Messages for Team Earth, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, my beautiful earth signs, we're going to grab ourselves one last and final shuffle, and we will see what's up, baby. Hopefully all is well. What do we got going on? Earth signs, overall energy for you is going to be the Ace of Cups in reversed. You could be connecting with a water signs such as a Cancer, a Pisces, or a Scorpio. Having a look here at your current energy, we got the King of Cups in reversed. What it is you're dealing with, we got the Eight of Cups in the reversed position. And then lastly, for Earth sign, we do have here the Eight of Wands in reverse. So we do have all reversals across the board, but doesn't always mean it's necessarily a bad thing. So for Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, let's have a look here. Ace of Cups reversed, King of Cups reversed. Definitely emotionally detached. I can say that for sure. Ace of Cups reverse could represent unrequited love, meaning that you no longer have that connection or that feeling towards a particular person. And the thing about the King of Cups in reverse, though, it could be one of those cards that not only says you're not emotionally connected, but you're also not feeling quite considerate right now of another person's emotions. And I don't say that in a negative manner. I say that in a manner of because you feel like they don't deserve it, So why be considerate to somebody who doesn't necessarily deserve my consideration? I think that that's where you guys are really coming from. I mean, taking a look at what it is you're dealing with the Eight of Cups in reverse. You've gotten to a point where somebody has hurt you before, somebody has burned you before. You don't want to be that person that keeps yourself available for anybody to get that second chance to do it all over again. So this is the recognition of of like, if you screw me, that's it, man. Point blank period. You get one strike and you're out. And this has happened to me before. And the difference is that in my past, I've kept myself open. You know, I've done everything I could to try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but that's only gotten me so far, and I don't want to have that happen to me again. Now, keep in mind, for Capricorns here, this could be the energy where maybe you gave this specific person we're talking about right now the benefit of the doubt in the past, and maybe they did what they did all over again. And if that's the case, you're definitely not giving them this second chance or any sort of emotional consideration. You know, taking a look at the outcome here being the Eight of Wands reversed. Eight of Wands reversed is the card of like, I don't even want to talk. I don't even want to communicate. You know, right now I have no desire to go on forward with you, and I have no desire here to talk to you. Right now I want the silence to speak volumes, okay? Really random thing, but is any Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn right now eating Smarties? I haven't had that candy in frickin' years, man, and I started tasting Smarties in my mouth, and I actually want to get some Smarties now. Those are fucking awesome. Shit. Nonetheless, though, guys, for the Earth signs here, you know, you don't want to give somebody here an opportunity to hurt you again. And that's why you're not being very considerate of them emotionally, and ultimately, you are detaching here. Now, do keep in mind, you know, with this specific reading that we're talking about, this could be about somebody that you've already given the benefit of the doubt to, and maybe they did something all over again to hurt you. For another group of you Capricorns, this could be that somebody else has done this to you in your past, and you're seeing the same quality showing up in who you're dealing with now, and you see the red flags, you don't want to deal with it, you just want to proceed by yourself. One thing I'll say is that I understand wholeheartedly being on the defense and deciding to give a person one strike and they're out. I understand closing down and not letting people have the opportunity to hurt you again. But at some point, though, definitely make sure to open back up again. I'm not saying you have to do it immediately. I'm not saying you have to do it tomorrow. But at some point, open back up again, because remember that the more and more we stay closed off, the more and more we miss certain opportunities that come towards us, you know? If the universe is sending us somebody and we're closed, we're not going to be open and willing to receive it. So for the Earth signs here that are closed off right now, you have every right to be. Totally understand you. But just a message, I guess, for the future. Don't remain in this way forever, or for a while at least, because you never know what else can come on by. You never know what good thing can come into your life, and if you're not in a position to where you're open, you might push it away. All right, Earth signs, much love to you, man. Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Guys, thank you all so much, man, for coming out to the daily reading. I really appreciate it. I hope you all enjoyed it. If it resonates, let me know down in the comments down below. Shout out to the peeps that come out Monday through Friday. Thank you for your love, everybody. Thank you for your support. Now, I'm sorry, guys, once again, that this wasn't live. I'm having internet issues today, so I could not do any sort of live streaming. Otherwise, it would have just been super laggy and super choppy. But regardless, though, I figured since I was kind of on a time crunch here, we can do some elemental tarot videos today, and hopefully that would be at least a little bit of something. I know it's not as good as the individual messages. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just crunched for time today, so hopefully this was a lot better than nothing. But either way, man, appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate anybody watching, nonetheless. Really, really means a lot to me. For those of you that are new here, if you fucks with the channel and you fuck with the vibe, come on down and subscribe, baby. If you're new here, consider subscribing. That would be super awesome. And yeah, just a couple of updates before we close off. I got the July readings coming out for y'all. I actually uploaded today the Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo reading for mid-July, so if you guys want to check those readings out, they're currently available. I'll be getting the water signs going up shortly, so if they're not out tomorrow, they will be out the next day, okay? Alright, guys, more content coming soon. Much love to every single one of you. Thank you for being here. Have a wonderful and fantastic rest of your day, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Much love to the Soul family, and have yourselves a good one. Peace. Been fighting